Good evening. Miriam Hensler, would you come down front, please, and join Dr. Woodward? At the conclusion of this school year, Miriam will complete 24 years in her career as a kindergarten assistant. In this position, she values helping students build a strong literacy foundation that will serve them in years to come. Miriam worked in kindergarten classes at Pegan Elementary School and at Red Bank Elementary School before coming to Carolina Springs. It is my privilege to have hired Miriam while I was principal at Pegan Elementary in 1987, rehired her at Carolina Springs, and it's certainly been our pleasure to have her all these years. Her guest this evening is her sister, Frances Higginboom, and her teacher, companion, Carissa Cockrell. They've taught together for 15 years. We wish Miriam the best as she in other ventures, but we've booked her already for things to come back to our school. So congratulations, Miriam. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ann O'Kane. I'm the principal of Gilbert High School. This year we said goodbye to 5 retirees, and 4 are with me tonight. First, would Betty Epting please come forward? After substituting for 3 years at Gilbert High, Betty joined our staff 18 years ago. She says she feels a great sense of pride in being a part of Lexington 1 and Gilbert High School. Betty retires as our student records operator, but also worked as a guidance secretary and an assistant principal in a special needs class. Patty Hand, Betty's sister, is with her tonight. Next, I'll ask Kevin Frantz to come join us up front. For 24 years as an art teacher in Lexington, Kevin has helped many Gilbert students discover their artistic talents. He taught at the elementary school before joining our staff. A multi-talented educator with 30 years of experience, Kevin also coached track, wrestling, and helped our rugby club win 3 state championships. Kevin is here tonight with his wife, Sherry. Waylon Hyatt, would you like to come up here? Waylon started his 23-year teaching career in Richland County School District 2. He began teaching science at Gilbert High 18 years ago. Waylon is also our phenomenal golf coach, and while retirement will give Waylon more time to work on his own golf game, he will miss helping students learn more about the world around them or the game of golf, but I think he's going to stick around for golf. Joining Waylon tonight is his wife, Tippy. Gilbert High's final retiree is our wonderful housekeeper, Miss Thelma Tribble. Please come up front. For 14 years, Thelma has made sure that Lexington 1 students and employees can take pride in the appearance of their schools. She worked at Lexington High before coming out to Gilbert High School. Thelma brought her friend Evelyn Edwards to the banquet. Now, as you can see, we are saying goodbye to several dedicated employees this year, and we will miss all of you very much. And we wish you the best in your retirement.
Hello, I'm Benji Reichert. I'm the principal at Gilbert Middle School. Our lone retiree this year is Miss Annie Patton. And Annie, if you would please come up here. A 6th grade social studies teacher, Annie has worked in Lexington 1 for 18 years. Her entire career in education spans 34 years, and she taught in West Columbia and Aiken before coming to Gilbert. Annie loves watching her students grow academically and socially, and she says the best thing about them is how they make her laugh every day. Annie, you shared it on your retiree information sheet that saying goodbye to your Gilbert Middle family will not be easy. We feel exactly the same way, and we hope that you're going to keep in touch with us when you can find time after tennis. We thank you for your years of service.
Good evening. I'm Loretta Arnett. As principal at Gilbert Primary School, it is an honor to tell you about our retirees. Let's first meet Sandy Allen. Sandy leaves Lexington 1 after spending her entire 25-year career in the Gilbert community. She worked as a resource teacher at Gilbert Elementary and Gilbert Middle Schools before coming to Gilbert Primary School. As a kindergarten teacher, Sandy says that she will miss seeing the smiles on children's faces when they first discover the wonder of reading. Jim Allen, Sandy's husband of 45 years, is her guest tonight. Will Roma Muller please join us up front? Roma retires after working in Lexington 1 for 18 years. As our school's executive secretary, Roma tries to always be a source of encouragement to all employees as she works to help keep our school running smoothly. Before holding this position, Roma worked as an instructional assistant in kindergarten. Reverend Johnny Muller, Roma's husband, is here with us tonight. Next up is Laura Spears. Laura settled into a job as speech pathologist for the Gilbert schools 28 years ago and never left our cozy town. Even as a retiree, she doesn't plan on leaving. Laura will return next year to continue helping our speech students. She just can't get enough of coming to work where every child and parent feels like a member of her own family. Will Rhonda Sturkey please come forward? Rhonda retired in October 2011 as our media assistant. In that position, she shared her love of books by acting out some of her favorite stories. When Rhonda first joined our staff, she worked as an instructional assistant. Before being a part of Lexington 1 for 7 years, she worked in the neighboring district of Lexington 2. Tonight, Rhonda's joined by her husband, Mike. On behalf of the entire Gilbert Primary family, I thank all of your employees for your service to our students and our community.
Good evening. I'm Devonna Price, principal at Lake Murray Elementary School, and my school has 2 retirees this year. Let's first meet Jan Fox. Jan, can you please come down front? For 4 decades, Jan dedicated her life to educating children and enjoyed having daily contact with students, parents, and fellow teachers. She worked in West Virginia before moving to South Carolina and taking a job at Lexington Elementary. She retires as a 2nd grade teacher at our school with 22 years of service to our district. Emily Fox, Jan's daughter, is here for our celebration tonight. Brenda Maxwell, will you please join Jan and Dr. Woodward up front? Another longtime educator, Brenda has experienced a lot in her 33 years of teaching. While she retires as our technology integration specialist, Brenda has taught in special education, multi-age, and gifted classes. No matter what teaching position she held, Brenda most enjoyed helping others learn to solve problems. Brenda has called Lexington 1 home for 20 years, and before coming to our school, she worked at Lexington Intermediate and Saxagatha Elementary. Her guest this evening is her husband, Mac. Jan and Brenda, I hope that you both have an amazing experience as retirees, because you certainly deserve many golden years.
Good evening. I'm Jim Hamby. As principal at Lexington Elementary School, I have the pleasure of telling you about Sheila Foster, as she makes her way up front. Sheila retires after working in Lexington 1 for 29 years. She began as a speech-language pathologist and then worked for 3 years as the district's first teacher of English for speakers and other languages. Sheila ends her career as a speech-language pathologist at our school. In this position, she enjoys experiencing the excitement when students improve their speech and language skills to communicate more effectively with their parents. Sheila brought her husband Lee with her tonight for this celebration. At Lexington Elementary family, hope Sheila has a very enjoyable retirement, and thank you for all your service to the district.
I'm Melissa Rawl, principal of Lexington High School, and this evening we have 3 retirees. The first to come up is Deborah Cruz. A social studies teacher for 25 years, Deborah has been with Lexington 1 for 20 of those years. She spent part of her career teaching at private school and then at White Knoll High School. Deborah teaches American government and thoroughly enjoys following presidential elections in her classes. I'm sure this former district teacher of the year is going to miss experiencing this in the fall. Charles, Deborah's husband, has joined her for the evening. Now I'll ask Janice Hunter to come forward. Janice is actually part of a husband and wife retiree duo tonight. You'll meet her husband Robbie in a few minutes. For Janice, retirement comes after 34 years of teaching mathematics to students at Lexington High School. And still, she is touched when former students share how the information learned in her classes now helps them in their careers. Janice's official guest this evening is her stepdaughter, Jessica Ryan. Finally, would Joey Reed please come forward? For the last 9 years, Joey has served as an assistant coach for the boys' varsity basketball team and an equipment manager for our athletic department. Joey's special memories from his time at Lexington High included winning 5 region titles and participating in 2 state championship games. With Joey tonight is his wife, Brenda. The Wildcat family sends our best wishes to the 3 of you as you move into this new phase in your life. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Laura McMahon, principal. And as a retiree from Lexington Middle School, I am in very good company this evening, learning as they are, as I introduce them. My fellow retirees include Letha Cagle. And Letha, if you'll please come forward. For 37 years, Letha has enjoyed the quick pace that comes from teaching middle school and the English 1 honors at 8th grade. She taught in North Carolina and Williston, South Carolina, before becoming a member of the Lexington 1 family 25 years ago. Joining Letha tonight is her husband, Terry, and their daughter, Ashley, who is also a teacher in our district. Jeannie Hartley, please join Letha and Dr. Woodward up front at this time. A member of the Lexington Middle family for 33 years, Jeannie retired at the end of last school year. Jeannie was there at opening day of Lexington Middle School. She taught 8th grade science and dedicated 35 years of her life to educating students. This evening, Jeannie brought her friend, Frances Dantzler, also a retiree from Lexington Middle, with her. Will Charlie Pope please come forward? I think we can classify Charlie as an instrumental figure at Lexington Middle School. He retires this year after 33 years as our school's band director. And all that time, he is never tired of seeing students' faces light up as they learn to play an instrument. Tonight, Charlie is joined by his wife, Leslie, a retired Lexington 1 music teacher. And at this time, will Brenda Smith please come forward? She joins our retirees and has been our executive secretary. She says that she has spent 29 years enjoying Lexington Middle School and all the things that happen there. She claims she has loved everything about her job, but most especially the people. Brenda is accompanied tonight by Grady Lindler. I'm going to now join my fellow retirees and thank you all for being part of Lexington Middle School.
Good evening. I am Midway Elementary Principal Jan Fickling, and I have 3 retirees with me this evening. First up is Kay Biedenball. Would you please join us? Kay came to Lexington 1 and Midway Elementary in 1994 when our school opened. She retires as a 3rd grade teacher who cherishes her 35 years of memories made with her students and her fellow teachers. Kay taught in Lexington County School District 2 before coming to our district. Her guest this evening is her husband, Mackie. Jeannie Sheely, will you please come forward? Jeannie teaches 3rd grade also at Midway Elementary. She says after 36 years in the classroom, the time has finally come for her to graduate from the 3rd grade. Jeannie began teaching at Lexington Elementary and moved to Midway Elementary when the school opened in 1994. Jeannie recalls beginning her career in classrooms with no air conditioning. She's amazed at how much that time differs from her final years of teaching and the technology now available in the classroom. Richard, Jeannie's husband, is with her at tonight's banquet. Will Patricia Wilburn please come forward? For 13 years, Patricia has taught in Lexington 1. She started teaching kindergarten at Lake Murray Elementary. At our school, she teaches special education classes for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders. Tricia taught in neighboring counties for 18 years before coming to our district. A firm believer in the power of family involvement in education, Tricia will miss that interaction with students' families after she retires. With Tricia tonight is her husband, Buford. Thank you, ladies, for your dedication to our students. I hope that your retirement is very good for each of you.